impact on diet, a lot of Middle Eastern flavors. Okay, the food has so much vegetarian in it. We do a lot of presentation on just Middle Eastern vegetarian cuisine. Why we need to go veg? And all those very beautiful people out there who are hale and hearty, celebrities. And as a support group, with all the support from all of you here today and from everybody, we plan to start 2011, have a support group in the UAE for people who want to make the change. They want to know how to go about it. So this is one tool that we had launched about 3 months ago, but today I'm so delighted to announce the launch of our second tool. What we have today is the first 100% vegetarian map of Dubai, which is being launched so that you can have a ready tool when you go there. It's going to be available at all the airports, at all the different outlets, restaurants, and this is a humble effort that has been supported by one of the companies called SPI. You see them on our gratitude banner out there, who've come forward and produced and published this. Thank you so much, SPI.
The next step is to put it on the GPS system as well. The veggie map. Yes? Excellent. Let's launch that.
Yes, please. Can I have all our volunteers, please, up here on stage? Thank you.
These volunteers have been working day and night to put up this wonderful Congress. Because of their support, it's been a wonderful ride. Our next speaker is going to be Cynthia. Cynthia Gonzalez has been a vegetarian for 30 years and a raw foodist for 7 years. Cynthia comes from the US, which she left in 1987. She has lived in Latin America and Europe since then, and now has been in UAE for the last 12 years. During her 25 years as a counselor, plus her own personal journey, she has come to understand the rich relationship between food and emotion. Now, that's a very interesting point to our eating habits. So I give the stage to Cynthia.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just first want to thank MeVeg. I'm really honored to be part of this, and I think it's just an absolutely wonderful gathering and raising the consciousness. So thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this. So my talk is called Food, Emotion, and Life Force. I want to go into the emotional aspect of food and the link there. There are two ways we can approach this. The first is that slogan, put down the food, feel the feelings. I'm going to elaborate on that. And then the second one is, sometimes you may not be able to do that. It's like, it's too nebulous to say, I'm going to put down the food. I don't even know the difference between hunger, physical hunger, and emotional hunger. So what I'm going to do is present to you some examples of how the different foods that you may be craving or that you're obsessing about or that you have to have can actually be a mirror to you of what you're actually feeling. As a counselor, I help people a lot in this. Sometimes you may have a certain obsession with a type of food or a substance, and you're not ready to put it down. You're not ready to feel the feelings. It's too scary. It's too frightening to go into what's there. And sometimes a guide is necessary to accompany you to go into what's really there. So the first one I talk about here, crunchy foods. So crunchy foods are usually to do with anger, boredom, and mulling over something or chewing on a decision or chewing on a problem. Okay, all the carbs, those are filler foods, filling the void, disconnection. And disconnection can be that feeling of loneliness, even though you're in a room full of people, even though you're in a big family, whatever the case may be. But it's also what we would say a spiritual connection, however we define that spiritual connection to be. But it's that connection with a oneness. Okay, sugar, love. It's there, the sweetness of life. Wanting that, and ultimately, you know, whether it's love from outside, if you're projecting that you're not getting that love from others around you, needing to give that love to yourself, needing to really know your own worthiness of love. Okay, caffeine, passion, motivation. A lot of people struggle with the caffeine addiction. And this stuff is not so matter of fact or just, oh, well, no big deal. Okay, put down the caffeine and then find your motivation somewhere else. So this kind of thing is not lighthearted here. Sometimes this demands radical ego death, radical surrender to your truth, even though it's extremely overwhelming in terms of the consequences of what this would mean. So all of these things are signals, and of course it's working with them and gradually finding your way to come on the other side and listening to what does my body really want. And if I'm not listening to what my body wants, why is that? Why am I using that food to completely abuse my body, to run over my body? And why am I not listening to the emotion? And how can I find ways to do that? Okay, chocolate. I'm sure there's not one person in here that's never eaten chocolate. What do you tend to go to? And where do you tend to eat a bit more, if you've had that experience, more than you really need or really want, or you're hurting yourself with too much of that? If it's just pure dark chocolate, it's just that you just need a real fix with the motivation, the passion. Now, I talk about fizzy drinks like the sodas, and that's when we're wanting some pizzazz, we want some fun, we want something different. We're in a place where either we're bored or it's just, things just aren't happening for us. Okay, now, there's a woman, she's been a real teacher to me, one of my favorite teachers while I've been, learning and continuing on this path of eating only raw food. Her name is Victoria Butenko. She's a Russian woman who emigrated a long time ago to the United States. A lot of people come to raw food for different reasons. Some people come to it for diabetes. Some people come with, life-threatening illnesses. Some with obesity. There's many reasons. Mine was actually more of a spiritual quest. I really wanted to just be in that, heightened and refined vibration all of the time. That was my quest. I didn't come for health reasons. Okay, I show here the raw food diet versus the American standard diet. I would say mine is probably quite a bit more greens and less seeds and things, but pretty much that's my diet. So you can see the difference. And of course, which I'm going to move on to next, is the life force. I mean, when you look at the difference between that, and you just think about life force, what are we taking in when we're taking in on the right side? Okay, so I give here all these different examples of sources of prana and ways to bring in the prana, bring in that life force. When we cook food over 42, 43 degrees centigrade, the enzymes are killed off. All of them. They're all killed off. So when the enzymes are that life force energy, when we maintain those enzymes in the food, we are taking in that life force energy directly. And it's a gradual thing. The more and more you take in that live food, this raw food, and all that life force energy, the more your energy will raise in vibration, and the more you will want more of it.
There's a lot of hype about vitamin B12 supplements and all. Do you take any supplements like that?
Very rarely. I don't need it. Let me speak about the B12 and the iron. First of all, the iron, you totally can get it from a plant-based diet. My body just tells me what I need. Whenever I need iron, I start craving black mission figs. I just want figs, and I don't even know why. And then that's the key. Vitamin A, sometimes I'll have a calling, and I'll go for the carrots. And then calcium. Sesame seeds, unhulled ideally, the brown sesame seeds, which you can get at the organic here.
Okay.
Almonds. Almonds and sesame seeds are extreme high sources, and broccoli. Now the B12, there is B12 in seaweed. You can get B12 in seaweed. And I have been fine. To be honest, it hasn't been a problem. But, every once in a blue moon, I will feel a call for taking a supplement, but it's very, very rare. And it's usually actually when I'm only traveling, because I'm not getting what I normally need. Thank you.
Sinta, that was lovely.
I think we should treat animals a lot better than we treat them now. We're being selfish by not taking care of the planet, because this planet is not just for us, it's for the other animals as well, the parrots, the birds, the lions, the tigers, everybody. A lot of the animals are going extinct because we've been killing them for either fun or sport. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
These 2 days I am coming to this Maverick conference, and I really enjoy. I learned so many things about the vegetables and about the health. Today's food, which I am eating now, it is really delicious, very nice, healthy. It is so attractive, and